Elliot, taps and takes. I'm doing Conan.
Doing Conan,
I'm doing Conan.
Nice.
Conan O'Brien.
Do you
Team
watch the
Coco.
podcast?
Yeah, I do.
He has Bob Odenkirk on. I got to watch that today.
Oh, yeah. Nobody? Underrated movie.
Very good.
You know what I love about that movie?
Nobody 2 coming out soon.
Yeah. Nobody 2. Go see it in theaters.
Still a nobody. It's just him looking for work.
You know what I love about it? Is that Nobody, it wasn't like he was like this crazy assassin. Well, he was, but it's okay, hold on. It's not like he was like this crazy. It wasn't like a John Wick light. I mean, it was, but it wasn't. He was just like this wet worker for the military in this special unit. So like when he goes to talk shit and they see the car tattoo and he's like, oh.
Ooh.
And I'm like, I like the idea that he's like this black ops wet worker, right?
I like that he's just kind of a goober dad.
Yeah. And I do like how he solved the issue. And like the standoff with all the money, he just burned all the money. He just burned all the money.
It's not about the money. It's not about the money, Spider-Man.
No, it's not about the money. Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome to Taps and Takes, baby. We love ourselves some taps, as Elliot is demonstrating over there.
Here's a Barrel House Mango IPA today.
And we do takes. We have hot takes. Here, clinky, clinky.
Yeah. Or pup cam real quick. Bah. There we go.
Sorry, it's my coffee.
Oh, that's okay. Quick little thing before we get started.
What?
People don't like Fantastic Four.
Well,
I was really surprised. I thought it was like a consensus that the movie was good, just people weren't going to see it.
yeah, I still think that's the consensus.
People were not vibing.
Well, we had a short that slightly blew up a little bit. That had a lot of people.
For us.
For us. I remember, we're a small channel. So,
So thank you for participating.
Thank you for talking shit on our short.
Well, not on, it wasn't on us more.
There were some people that were like, oh, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, but we're not Pedro.
I know. But then there was others that were like, we all know why. But this is a good question. We're going to start off with a prompt on Taps and Takes. And by the way, thank you to Groggs. Traditional Irish pub. If you're wondering where this beautiful location is at the northeast corner of Willow and East. And come on over here, get yourself some drinky drinks, some food.
Yeah.
Especially during summer because they keep it nice and cool up in here.
It is quite literally the coldest bar in Fresno. So,
and they're proud of that.
Come by, say hi, have a drink. Low key, if they still have it, you should try that Jack Daniel's Blackberry.
Okay. So
it sounds a little goober. I know. But man, that was way better than it had any business being.
Before we left last week, one of the new bartenders over at Groggs came in and Royce, the owner, is like, just give shots away.
Just get rid of it.
Just give shots away.
Like, I don't want it. Get rid of it.
Go
on, get.
So they lined up 3 shots. And as you know, I'm recovered alcoholic, so I don't drink. But I will live vicariously through others. And I'm like, drink it, Elliot.
Do it.
Drink it. Take a shot.
Do it.
And you know what? The blueberry Jack Daniels.
Blackberry.
I'm sorry, blackberry.
Know your fruits, man.
Get it right. The blackberry Jack Daniels apparently not too shabby, according to Elliot.
Pretty dang solid. I mean, flavored whiskey, I feel like you have like your Crowns with their flavors, and Crown's just so good. And then some Crown good.
Man.
Crown good.
Yeah.
I used to drink Crown Royal or a Crown Apple neat at like the swank bars in Fresno when I would go out with my buddies to make it look like I was a badass, but it's like, it's flavored.
No, whenever I do like a closing gift for a client that drinks alcohol, I buy him a 15-year-old McClellan, which I had tried a 20-year-old McClellan once. And when I was still drinking, I was like, that's nice. That tastes like wood. Right? So I usually hook them up with a nice bottle of McClellan, and it's like, all right, hold on to it. I'll actually get it for them prior to close. And then I say, hold on to it.
Hold on to it.
You can have a drink of this when we close. It's kind of like an end goal resort because I'm the best goddamn real estate agent you've ever met. Just keep that in mind. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Taps and takes. We do nerd news in the front, sports news in the back, and big NFL stuff coming up because, Elliot, fantasy football, anyone?
Fantasy football season is back.
Fantasy's coming back.
It's coming back.
It's coming back. And also may have Royce himself joining the league.
The Royster, the Rolls Royce.
Meaning the hot takes of Taps and Takes section when we do the fantasy football recap and betting. It's coming back, baby.
Yeah, we might do a before the season starts. I've been going over the over-unders for how many wins each team's going to get. I think that would be a good idea. We could do right as the season starts. So I'm thinking we'll do something like that. But I've been looking. Baseball, not my betting cup of tea.
It isn't. And if you can't tell by now, especially after doing this since January, Elliot's an NFL fan.
Well, I'm a sports fan.
You are, but
I mean, I don't follow baseball as much as I'd like, but I do think baseball and hockey are probably the two best live sports to go to.
What's a bigger sport, soccer or football?
Soccer.
Okay, but you don't have the same.
Soccer and cricket, funny enough, are like the biggest sports on the planet.
Yeah, but you don't have the same fervor for soccer as you do for NFL.
I used to, but I just kind of was a big Chelsea fan, and I would follow them religiously. Like my brother and I would wake up at like 6 a.m. to play like FIFA 08 to do manager mode and just learn the players. And then on Saturdays, we'd wake up and watch Chelsea play at like 6, 7 a.m. Now, I haven't been able to follow it as much, but this year, 2025 season, because the EPL starts this weekend, not only am I going to get back to my Chelsea roots, but I'm going to find out and just get deep into the web of hockey. I'm going to be a hockey guy this year.
You want to be a hockey guy?
I'm going to be a hockey. No.
You are
going to be a hockey guy this year.
I tried that once when I was like 18 when Lemieux was playing for the Penguins.
Okay.
I was like, this is my team. I'm going to do it.
Going to be a Pittsburgh Penguin guy, huh?
Yeah, no. It didn't work.
No. We're going to make it work. We're going to be hockey guys.
Okay. Then we got to
be hockey guys.
All
okay.
Right, so next week we're going to have to pick teams to follow.
I mean, a dive bar and hockey just feels like it goes hand in hand.
Kind of does.
Yeah. So I feel like Groggs and hockey, we owe it to Groggs. We owe it to Royce to become hockey dorks.
I think you're right. And I do appreciate hockey. I like myself some hockey. I like watching hockey.
I think hockey live is the best live sport you can watch.
Probably.
I think baseball's a 2, NBA's 3, football's 4, because football is so much better in the comfort of your home.
Yeah, that's true.
Or at a tailgate.
Yeah. All right. So let's get to it. First, we're going to front load our nerd news.
Correct.
And we're going to start off with the prompt that we previously mentioned. It's two-parter. Have you seen Naked Gun yet? If not, shame. Shame. What?
That was last week's prompts.
Why is it still on here?
So I updated Google Doc. That's old. No, so our prompts this week, because it's this week's news, one was K-pop.
Okay.
And one's One Piece.
Okay. Why did you not update this part then?
Why didn't you update it?
Because that's your job.
To do all the notes?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's your job. Yeah, that's your job. Elliot, I don't make the rules. Your job.
My job.
Your job.
To do all the notes.
Elliot, you do beautiful notes.
I'm aware. And I texted you at like 9 last night.
I know.
Hang on a second.
No. I
texted him at like 9.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even earlier, because I told you.
It was earlier.
It was early.
Yeah. It was like 4.
The notes were done at 4 p.m. Look over it and add whatever you'd like. If you've read the notes, you would have realized that prompt was last week's prompt. But the stories, brand new. Did you bring any stories, might I ask?
I brought 3. And Tuesday, August 12th. What's today's date?
Today is August 12th.
Okay. Underneath it, prompt.
Are you excited for One Piece?
That's not what it says.
That's what it says right here.
That's what it says right here. That's
what it says right here.
You're such a liar. Show me.
You must feel so stupid right now. You must feel so dumb.
Because you didn't update all the shared notes out.
I mean, we can talk Naked Gun again.
All right, hold on.
I talk Naked Gun.
let's actually.
We've never actually even used the prompts. I update the prompts, and then I'm thinking, oh, we'll do prompts that will get people invested in, and we'll have people talk. We not literally talk about them once.
But here, let's circle back and do just a few, okay? Because have you seen Naked Gun yet?
I gave an 8 out of 10. I think it's a great movie. I think you should watch it.
Has Marvel lost its credibility? And according to some people and other people, maybe yes, maybe no. A lot of people on that short that we posted were being standard internet people, and other people had valid criticisms of the movie. One thing that I will agree, and you still haven't seen it, but you need to see it because there is, I'll say this, it has one of the most comic booky payoffs of any like comic book movie ever.
Okay.
And as a reader, I love that shit. Like when people try to do Fantastic Four movies before, they're kind of campy and they wouldn't go full in on the Galactus idea. And like when studios get involved and they're like, that just looks too weird. Make it a cloud. You know, that's stupid. It is one of the most comic book Jack Kirby payoffs you've ever seen. And for that, I appreciate that. Right? I like it. There's about 25 good minutes of this movie that was left on the editing floor. And it's clear that they were just trying to get it underneath 2 hours for whatever reason and probably cut legitimate
I think they took away some of it. I think it took some of its bite away.
Yeah. I mean, like, look, that my two biggest criticisms of that movie, because it is a good movie, and I don't care what anyone says, it is a solid 8.5 out of 10. Superman edges it out barely, but they're both great movies. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care if it's Pedro Pascal, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I've noticed a lot of people, I've been noticing a lot of people are like Pedro'd out.
Because Reed Richards is a white dude. People lost their shit over. I don't give a fuck. It's stupid. It's a stupid thing because Pedro Pascal is legit one of the best actors working right now. So I don't give a fuck. Okay.
Is it just because he's in a bunch of stuff? But even then, it's like
it's a mix of both. It's like it's the Chris Pratt problem, right?
Okay, but I feel like, and this isn't a dig at Chris Pratt. I feel like Chris Pratt's like a blockbuster kind of summer film guy, but I feel like Pedro you can put into some serious stuff, and he's very good.
You could put Pedro Pascal pretty much anything, and he's going to do a good job,
right?
With the exception of Wonder Woman 1984, we won't talk about that, but. My two biggest problems is like there was an obvious pacing issue because of the editing of that film.
Okay.
For sure. And the whole Reed's the smartest because Reed Richards in the comics, it is clear and demonstrated often that he is like, his intellect is insane. He's like the smartest person.
Yeah, it's like him and Tony are top dogs for smartest beings in the universe.
But Reed is like galaxy brain. Like you know, I'm sure there's arguments to be made about who has the crazier brain, but Reed is supposed to be the legitimate smartest person in the world.
Right.
Right. And they demonstrate it better. This was more like, oh, he's smart. He could just build stuff and do things, and he doesn't really need to explain it. I like the explanation because then you demonstrate, oh, he is the smartest person in the world.
Gotcha.
Those are my two problems. Other than that, it's a good fucking movie. It's a good movie. And releasing as close to Superman as it did, I think did a disservice.
Well, what they should have done was what Barbenheimer did. They should have made it a double release. And then you get Super Fantastic.
But you're talking about two different
No, I know.
Studios.
I know, but I think in this regard, finally having a competitive DC film would only help a Marvel film.
Well, and speaking
iron sharpens iron, man.
Yeah. Well, and let's hope that the competition and like the excitement over what DC is doing makes Marvel kind of up their game a little bit more. I'm down with that.
Well, and I think for Marvel's sake, they have two good things going for them into the future. Spider-Man is your next thing, and all the press about it is awesome. And then it's Doomsday. So you have your two biggest IPs coming up next year.
I still think the reason why they're struggling so bad, and I know someone pointed this out, that the reason why they've been so tight-fisted with X-Men is because of maybe previous, contracts that needed to be honored or whatever.
That's true.
Here's my deal. Waiting as long as they did after the end of the first run of the Infinity Saga, not developing and jumping right into new exciting things is where they failed. That and the reliance on Disney Plus. Although there had been some good shows out of Disney Plus. WandaVision was great. Loki season 1 and 2 is one of my favorite things Marvel's done.
Bringing back Daredevil for a season was a smart idea.
Yeah. And well, they're working on another one.
That's what I mean. And then
but there's a lot of trashy, sloppy trash.
Yeah.
Agatha was also great. I loved Agatha. Agatha all along was low-key fantastic. One of the single best episodes of any Disney Plus show was in the middle of Agatha all along when the woman was working backwards through her memories. Dude, I got chills talking about it. It was some of the most clever writing I've seen in a TV show, period. Right? And
it's high praise.
But again, some people won't see it because why? Because, this gay witch show. No. So my whole point is that Marvel at least has some new properties they can be working on. But dude, almost a decade before we get an X-Men movie for Christ's sake.
And somebody mentioned this and I kind of agree with them. I'm not too inspired by by the team of the Fantastic Four. They've never been a team I was like excited to see. They were never. I understand their history and how important they are to comics in general.
Yeah,
but they've never wowed me. Like Doom almost feels too cool for the Four.
You ain't wrong. And
right, like because Doom is so sick.
Doom is sick, and he's a great villain, and especially what they did with Secret Wars, the most recent Secret Wars run. That was pretty cool. Like making him this big bad, but like an honest threat, like an honest to God ultra threat. You're right. He is cool. But here's the other problem. They're doing Avengers Doomsday, Secret Wars, right? They're going to establish this Doom, the Robert Downey Jr. Doom, as Doom. But I'm pretty sure after this, they're going to recast and we'll have just a proper Doom. Someone else, right? But what if Robert Downey Jr. is so good at this role, people won't be in on the other guy? Like they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot before they get started a little bit.
I think if they get great praise back from Robert Downey, and he's going to succeed because he's just that good of an actor.
He's that good of an actor.
I could see him being like, I've played the hero. Let's be the villain. And then it'll probably come to one point where Doom won't be the major bad, but he'll probably have to team up with Pedro Pascal on the 4. And it'll be one of those I hate you. As
I hate you 3000.
He's holding off probably like a Galactus level threat or something while Reed's trying to finish a machine or something. So he's last standing it and then dies at the end of the next 10-year Avengers thing.
Right, yeah.
And then Robert will have died twice in this universe. And that'll be each chapter end. It's just Downey Jr. dying.
Well, we'll have to see how that pans out. I do firmly believe after Thunderbolts, after Fan 4, I think Marvel's back. In my opinion, I know that a lot of people are kind of sour on the whole thing, but I think Marvel's back.
I think they're easing their way back. It's not like
Iron. It's not immediate.
It's not like Phase 1.
Yeah.
But for what we had to go through with Phase 4, I think this is a good
start.
We're starting to pick up our pace again.
Now, let's get to our stories.
Yes, because that wasn't even one of them.
No.
But you want to start with K-pop?
Yeah, let's talk K-pop Demon Hunter.
Because it's number 1 across the board.
Top 100 Billboard charts. Number 1 is
Golden,
a fictional band,
which is
a fictional K-pop band,
which is streamed more than BTS, an actual boy band.
Yeah, an actual K-pop band.
Yeah, right.
So here's what I don't think people understand. First of all, beating out everything to hit number 1 in the music charts is almost impossible. Second of all, a K-pop band to do it, almost impossible. 3, a fictional K-pop band from a movie soundtrack, almost unheard of.
4, that there's 2 in the top 10 because your idol is number 8. So you have Huntrix and Soulja Boys all in the top 10 from one movie. That's crazy.
And it is such a massive hit. Now, Elliot, who called it when his daughters were watching it 3-4 weeks ago? Who said that this is going to be a massive hit?
I'll do you one better. Who said it last night as he finished the movie? This guy. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
It's a great, that movie's going to, I feel bad for Sinners. I don't know if like animated movies get their own like music award.
I don't know if
or if it's just movies in general.
Right.
Because Sinners is going to lose to K-Pop Demon Hunters. And Sinners had great music, but K-pop, you could put 5 of those songs, maybe even 6, and you'd feel like any one of them can win.
Dude, K-Pop Demon Hunters is such a, how do I put this? It is a masterclass on people excelling at what they're doing in so many different parts to come together because the animation is awesome. I love the stylized anime influence that it has. I love like the facial expressions of the characters. Then you have good writing, good acting, good voice acting.
Very good.
Okay, good voice acting. An interesting story that doesn't answer all the questions. It gives a little mystery still to it.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't know the full story. Okay. And then the music is so goddamn good.
The music's perfect.
So here's the thing. They're going to be doing a sing-along theatrical release. When I told my daughters, they freaked the fuck out.
Oh, absolutely.
They were like, what?
No, it's genius. And
it is genius.
It's genius. And they're only doing it for 1 week, which I actually kind of love.
Yeah.
And they've already confirmed they're going to be working on a sequel. They're not doing a live action, which a lot of people were worried about.
And that's the thing. I'm so much like whenever you have a hit, then the company immediately is like, how can we milk it for every last cent?
Right.
And sure, you're a company, you make money, get it. But don't oversaturate to the point everyone gets sick of it. They were going to do a live action movie. They were going to do a play. They were going to do a play.
I think the play could still work, but it has to be...
If it's like a concert, maybe.
But, right. It has to be like a low-key thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if it could do Broadway.
Right.
But if you did it like with a K-pop band in Korea, that could be really cool.
Could be cool. And I like that, you know, K-pop has slowly became like a thing here in the United States in the past like decade to where people are like really into it. And now it's like mainstream, like K-pop is. And you know what, dare I say, I love the mingling of the cultures and the fact that we're picking up what South Korea is putting down. And that's cool. And like the inspiration for it and how I think it's the world's better. This is what I don't understand about racist people. I'm like, you know, it'd be pretty boring if everyone's just like white and the same thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And like, listen, man, I'm a white guy. We can be boring.
We are.
We can be very boring. There's no spice of life. You know what I mean? And you know what I like, Elliot?
White people do mushy peas.
Yeah.
Those are my people.
Yeah, those are Elliot's people.
We're fish and chips and mushy pea. Vinegar is our spice.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. Like, give me some multiculturalism, man. That makes life...
Give me some gochujang sauce, man.
It makes life interesting.
Absolutely.
So,
No, I loved it. There was like a few things here and there I could nitpick. Like when Rumi was running, because she's constantly running in this movie.
Yeah.
Her running animation to me felt a little stiff. But I mean, in the grand scheme of things, is that really something to make a big deal out of? No. And then I'm going to butcher the main antagonist's name, Guani. I think the fire demon.
Yeah.
I didn't get anything from him.
What do you mean? Like, well, yeah.
Like Junji and the Soulja Boys, they gave me more antagonist vibes than the actual main antagonist. He was very... he just wasn't really there.
I think that was intentional.
Right.
I think they're going to make him... Or if he's not like the final boss, like I think they're gonna make him more intimidating, more of a bigger threat the next time around.
Here's what I think. I think K-Pop Demon Hunters didn't realize how big it was gonna be.
Nope.
So they made it, and I actually appreciate this, as a one-off. but it was so popular, they left it open enough to where you could maybe try and work in a sequel.
Yeah.
But story-wise, I mean, the Han Moon's golden.
Yeah.
They're set. They made a new one, so how do you build from that?
We don't know, but we also don't know anything about Rumi's family lineage. Mm-hmm. We don't know.
I want to know about the other girls. I would really love if the next movie, I hope they make 3, and I hope each of them are focused on a different girl.
Yeah. No, I think
because those characters deserve it.
And I love it when they battle up, when they're all, let's get battle ready. Mm-hmm. And they're just all, I mean, the stylized facial features is what stood out the most to me in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
And it's fantastic, dude. And you know what? Here's the best part. This is how you know it's fantastic. It's not made for me. It's not made for me.
No.
It is made for young girls. It's
made for kids.
It's made for kids. And you know what? It's fucking awesome. That's why it's a massive hit.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it's a massive hit.
Let me ask you, and we'll end on this. Go-to song.
I really like Soda Pop. And I like Takedown's good. I like Soda Pop. What's the first one that they're singing when they're in the plane?
How We Do It.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah, that one's a good one.
It's pretty good. When they're all, no. But they do it in like unison. That's just so good, dude. Just the way that they write it.
I'd say like Your Idol's up there for me. Golden's
great.
How It Feels Like. That stuff means something to me, man.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good. Any of those songs could win an Oscar.
That's right.
That's crazy.
I know. It's crazy.
But well deserved. It'll probably win Best Animated Movie in the Oscars.
And you know what? What other animated movies have come out this year that can compete? I don't know of any.
Day the Earth Blew Up. Was that this year or was that last year? No, that was this year.
Last. No, that was last year, wasn't it?
No,
it was this year.
That won't get any credit, but that movie was visually beautiful and great. I can't think. There's that Chinese one that made like $1 billion. That's, I think, the highest grossing film ever. Not highest grossing compared to Avatar. It's the highest grossing animated film, I think.
Which one?
It's like Nei something 2. Anyway, it's a Chinese film that's gonna get. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That one's made billions of dollars.
What was I gonna ask? I was going to ask something.
There hasn't been a lot of animated films, I don't think.
At least that I can remember right off the bat. Did they release Arcane in theaters at all?
No.
Because typically Netflix will do that. Like they'll release...
There was that Pixar movie, but that bombed.
Elio.
Great reviews, just nobody saw it. Just bombed.
Yeah. So
no marketing behind it. But anyway.
I didn't even really know.
Exactly. Yeah. But if you haven't seen it, you're living under a rock.
Yeah.
You're living under the Han Moon.
Yeah. You need to get up on that Demon Hunter game.
Yeah.
Huntrix.
You really do.
I love you, Huntrix.
We love you, Huntrix. You make me cry every day. Yeah.
All right. What else we got? We went on 30 minutes on this, so now we got to
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, for me, there are a couple of stories, but there are a lot of smaller stories. The number one thing for me, and we'll stay with Netflix, is One Piece. Pardon me. One Piece Season 2, the trailer dropped. It looks so good. I get the gum Gatling at the end. People are going to say it might look a little cheesy.
I think it looks fine.
I think it looks great.
It looks very One Piece-y.
When they're going into the Grand Line and you see Laboon, the giant whale, waiting for them, I thought that looked so sick.
Well, and one of the giants, because if you look at the One Piece animation, there's a lot of exaggerated sizes of people.
Yeah.
Like these fucking giant characters.
Mm-hmm.
And people are wondering, like, how are they going to pull this off? And then you get a reveal, which is weird because there's two trailers.
Yeah.
One of them reveals one of the giants. The second one does not. And I don't understand why. It doesn't make any sense because I would be in on that visual of that giant. I was like, yeah, that looks sick. You know what I mean?
They might have like shown it and then probably said like, we want people to keep wondering because there's two giants they meet.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see if they're going to like maybe just leave it and then be like, oh, damn, the two giants are there.
Right.
And then you get to see Smoker, Vivi.
Which I thought he looked really good.
He looked spot on.
Yeah,
he looked really awesome.
With the two cigars in his mouth.
And Smoker was such a cool character in the early parts of One Piece. And even in the later parts, he gets nerfed. I wouldn't even say nerfed. He just doesn't grow power-wise compared to like Luffy or some of the other antagonists, which is a shame because his powers are so difficult for Luffy to deal with. But I loved it. And then, of course, we get to see Nico Robin.
Question.
Yes.
Question. For me, as a person that has not watched One Piece but is familiar, because I follow anime, so I'm relatively familiar with the story.
Even if you don't, I mean, just One Piece is so big now.
It's so big, but you know, I follow anime enough to understand the hits, right? What would be interesting to me is some of the later kind of evolutions of Luffy's Gungan fruit transformations, right? That's so far away.
It is far away.
It's so far away.
It's far away, but the way, because season 3, this was the next part. Season 3 is already confirmed.
Yeah.
And they're already going to start filming, I believe.
Which means that season 2 is excellent. Because the people at Netflix watch it and they're like, oh shit, this is good.
And I think, and they were so smart to get Oda involved because Oda knows this world better, but he's not one of those like sticklers that's going to be like, no, it has to be this, that, the other. Yeah. He lets them be creative as well, which is what makes the show so good. I wouldn't be surprised if in like 2 to 3 years, maybe even maybe 4 at the latest, we aren't seeing Enies Lobby where Gear 2 is shown. And even then, there's some arcs you can't skip. But there are also like a few smaller islands that you could probably just hop over
through or do like a quick recap. Yeah. Like a Cliff's Notes version of it.
I kind of like the Foxy Pirates and Afro Luffy. You could probably skip Afro Luffy, which is one of my favorite parts because of just how silly it is. But you could skip it. It's kind of a nothing burger. A lot of people don't like that arc, and it's like a short arc at that. You can't skip Skypiea because of what it builds world-wise, but you could shorten Skypiea, and then you can go into, like, if you really wanted to, which I wouldn't recommend, you could probably go right into Enies Lobby and Water 7 from Skypiea, but I think there's some stuff in between that's pretty important for Robin's character. All in all, I think the right people are working on it. They have the right cast for it, and they're going at a pace that is very enjoyable.
What's confusing to me is I want to jump in a little bit, but I want the abridged, updated version of One Piece.
So
I want the One Piece, Elliot. Where is it? From which studio? Where is it?
It's much like the normal One Piece. Where is it?
Where is it? That's the question.
That's always been the question with One Piece.
All right.
Where is it? But anyway, that's what I'm most excited for. I want to hear from you. Are you guys excited for season 2? I can't wait. Can't wait.
Let's talk weapons.
All right.
Did you see it?
I have not. After Naked Gun, I realized movies are
a little expensive.
Although I'm thinking about doing a Regal Pass, but I'm also about to make a huge financial purchase. So,
yeah, you're about to spend some dollars.
Probably not.
I can't. Can we talk about this? I am so excited for Elliot to join the PC Master Race.
I don't know if I'll go that far. I don't know if I'll buy games on it.
Is going to be, you will. And you are going to be the most pretentious, power hungry bastard chasing them frames, Elliot. You're going to be like, oh, you have a PlayStation 5.
Nah.
Have you seen my computer? You're going to be that guy. You're going to be that guy.
I don't think so.
Elliot, once you find out that you can just play normal video games just on your computer and how beautiful and efficient it'll run.
I don't like the mouse movement.
Dude, you could use a controller, dude. You just plug it in and it works.
Sussy bakas.
It's not.
Anyway, let's dive into weapons because weapons, critically acclaimed, fan acclaimed, the ghost of Edward.
I'm still confused because a lot of people are saying it's a comedy too. But then Eddie was like, no, it's not a comedy. And I'm like,
I'm sure it has like
almost everyone says that
it might have
like a dark comedy.
It might have some like comedic spots. I hear it's very much a horror movie. It might just have like some dark humor in it.
Right.
But earned $42 million in the weekend box office, #1 at the box office, and it's Warner Brothers' 7th #1 movie of 2025. Great reviews, great acclaim. This seems to be the horror movie, quote unquote, horror movie of the year. It's not that I don't want to see it. It's just that movies, especially for the week of, if you don't have like an Edwards pass or I guess Regal Royal pass.
Yeah, whatever.
Movies are just out of my price range. And I hate that because I love the movie so much.
It's not out of your price range. It's out of your regular movie watching price range.
Yeah.
So maybe if you do want to see movies, maybe the pass is worth it if it's like $25 a month.
I think the pass is worth it, especially for like this month in particular, because you had, or at least in the last month and a half, because you had Superman, you had Fan 4, you had Jurassic World, you had, and then you had Weapons. So I mean, like, and Naked Gun. So you've had like 5 great movies that have been out in theaters. It's just for those off months. You know, what are you going to see? You know, is it worth it?
There's a lot of movies that come out all the time, and maybe that will inspire people to go see like non-only AAA blockbuster films or whatever the new horror movie is at the time. And Weapons is performing, that's for sure.
Right.
Let's talk a couple things with James Gunn.
Okay.
Says that he's confirmed that Robin will not be in the Matt Reeves The Batman series. I also want to say that he was confirmed to writing and directing the next Superman. This news came out, and you know what? Good. If you're going to have a studio head that is setting the tone for these movies, that has the chops that James Gunn has, and his process, I don't know if you know this, like the back end of it, but James Gunn's process is almost antithetical to what Marvel's process is, which they'll work on a script. They'll keep on updating it. They'll do shooting changes on the fly. James Gunn almost never starts a movie until he has a tight, well-written, storyboarded script.
I love that.
And that's a good process to have.
That's a very good process.
It brings down the reshoots. You're kind of more clear because the graphical side of like the special effects that happen in these movies they have to start before the movie even begins.
Oh, yeah.
Shooting. Like they start working on these before the movie even starts shooting. So their process is a little backwards. Him saying that he's going to write and direct this follow-up to this movie excites me.
It excites me a lot.
Do we get Zod?
I hope not. I don't want Zod. We've had enough Zod. I'm Zodded out. You know who I do want? I want Mongol.
Why?
Because Mongol's a badass character in the war world. Like, those are 2 things that could be so sick. And one, we haven't seen a Mongol. And it's different from like a Thanos or a Darkseid, because we will eventually get a Darkseid. Let's just be honest. He is the top level threat.
He's the Thanos.
Yeah. I wouldn't be upset with Brainiac, but I think Brainiac would be a great Justice League villain. So I feel like we should leave Brainiac for either a Supergirl, Superman team-up movie, which might be Superman 2,
right,
or a Justice League movie. But Mongol is he's just in it for the love of the game. He's just in it for the sport of it all. And I feel like that's so contrast to Superman.
That's like purpose.
Yeah. But also the only issue there could be is you have so many good grounded characters with like the Daily Planet. It would be hard to bring somebody like Mongol in without taking Superman off planet.
Yeah, but I also feel like you're going to see a lot of interconnectivity more so. Like, I think like Supergirl will be her movie.
Yeah.
But whereas she has just a small cameo at the end of Superman, I think Supergirl will have Superman and those other characters, like those Daily Planet characters, almost guarantee you they'll be in like 20% of that film. And other people as well. I think you're going to see more of a cohesive interconnection where there's a lot more crossover in this living world. I think that's why they threw everything that they could at this movie to show, okay, all these other properties, there is a likelihood that there will be kind of interminglings between them.
Yeah.
The fact that they're being so weird about Batman is strange to me, because it's like, you don't have, like, Superman is arguably the most important character.
Yeah.
As far as the DC universe is concerned.
I agree. And I think if you're going to build a Justice League, I actually think it should be through Superman.
Yeah.
I think he is your cornerstone. The Batman situation is interesting because you have Matt Reeves' verse. And I do think there are ways you could, if you wanted to, you could make Bat the Batman, or you could not.
I'd be in
for sure. But I just, having two Batman, I don't think it'll confuse audiences.
I think it will.
But it will just make it difficult moving forward with trying to plan these movies out.
It will definitely
the scheduling is going to be tricky.
Elliot, you got to understand, most people don't follow these things like we do. Like the vast majority of people are just like, oh, look, a Batman movie. And then, so what if you're in a position that you're like, oh, look, a Batman movie, Bat. And then all of a sudden, like a year later, another Batman movie?
That's what I mean. But I mean, like, with the Batman, it's been, what, 4 years? Maybe 5 since.
I feel bad for the Batman because, like, COVID hit and then got postponed a bunch.
Right.
And then it comes out and it's fucking awesome.
It was incredible.
It was so good. And dare I say, one of the most... I think I got emotional watching the Batman at the end when he kind of found his purpose, because he was so hell-bent on revenge, kind of. And at the end, when he saved everyone that was trapped under, and he like hits the what's it called on his chest, the flare, emotional, bro. Well, like, it was so good.
So I watched it about 2 weekends ago, and his final monologue is where he's starting to notice he's becoming a beacon of hope.
Right.
Kind of does match what James Gunn did with Superman.
Yeah.
So it can work.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, if you look at Superman and Batman continuity comics, not like Elseworld stuff, like Absolute. I'm talking about regular continuity DC comic books. There is a clear tone difference. Batman is very dark, very gothic. And then you have like the bright colors of Superman. It can work.
It can work.
It doesn't matter if tonally they're different. Just fucking throw them in the same room.
And also, I think you have a casting issue, because who are you going to cast as Batman? You know?
After Bat fucking crushes.
Yeah.
Crushes.
And
dude.
he's been an incredible. I would like to see a little more Bruce Wayne from him.
Yeah.
But
I think we'll get that.
I think we will too. But as Batman, Bat's awesome. But if you are going to go with a separate Batman, I think he has to be vastly different.
Yeah, probably.
I think you should go, and I know he's like the fan favorite. I think Alan Reacher would be a perfect fit, because he's that stocky build Batman.
Yeah.
That we haven't really seen other than
But can he be a good Bruce Wayne? I want a slimy playboy Bruce Wayne. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I get you, but, and I think he could, because...
And does he dye his hair black? That's the question.
I don't know about that, but I think he could be a good Bruce Wayne, like fake playboy, just because of his time at Blue Mountain State. He knows how to play kind of like a goofball. So, and James Gunn loves that. And he's already kind of said, like, I do think Alan's an awesome actor.
Right.
So, I mean, I think that would be a good fit if you aren't going to go Bat.
Right. Well, we're a little bit long on the nerd news, so there's a lot of stuff that we can't get to because we got to get to sports, Elliot.
We do. I mean, my other stuff was really short. I just wanted to talk about how Crunchyroll and Delta have come to an agreement. So now you can watch anime. And just think of, like, you know, that like joke of when I'm watching anime alone and it's like the serious parts.
Right.
When somebody sees me watching anime and it's just fan service.
Right.
Everybody's going to have that panic.
Oh, yeah.
On an airplane.
Oh, yeah.
Which is even scarier. A bunch of gooners on an airplane.
But, you know, who would have thought, man, when I was watching Dragon Ball Z, figuring anime out when I was 11 years old, and all of a sudden now it's mainstream.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy,
Watching
dude.
Cowboy Bebop and Yu Yu Hakusho on Adult Swim. at like 2 a.m.
Dude, I watched, what was it? Robot Hunter Kashern, I think is what it's called, which is just so out of pocket weird, but like old school late 80s, early 90s anime. And fucking open my brain, dude. Watch Lily Cat. You probably never seen it, but it's like a horror anime, really inspired by like Alien. You know?
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, there's Trigun, Outlaw Star, those like late 90s, One Piece 98. I mean, those were big parts of like me growing up, sneaking Adult Swim at night. And then on Toonami, you had the Dragon Ball Z, the Naruto, the, there was one more. I think it might have been Bleach even.
Bleach.
So you had like this line, a stack line. And then you had Inuyasha at night as well. And it was like, it shaped a generation. It was Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually.
They did have Bleach on as well.
Bleach and Yu-Gi-Oh!
So there you go. There's Nerd News, the extended version of Nerd News. We're going to take a little break. Come back with sports, baby. Big shout out to Groggs, traditional Irish pub at the northeast corner of Willow and Knees. Not only do they house the Do Over podcast for taps and takes, but they invited us to go blow it up on St. Patrick's Day live on scene. Now that that's done, it's easing us into summer and it gets hella hot here in the Central Valley. Groggs prides themselves on being the coldest drinking establishment in the Central Valley. Literally go down there, get a nice cold pickleback, get a nice cold Guinness, throw it back and leech off that free AC, son. Support Groggs because they support the Do Over podcast. And we're back, Elliot.
I mean, I never left.
Man,
I'd just be here.
Man, you're just really nursing that one beer, dude. Nursing it.
I gotta be responsible, man. I gotta be a grown-up.
Responsible is not drinking alcohol at 10 a.m.
That's why I'm only having one.
Okay.
That's why it's responsible.
Responsible?
It's responsible.
It's responsible.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's not like I need to get in my car and drive for 4 hours.
Yeah, that's why I didn't have two.
Yeah, I guess.
Since I'm being responsible.
Anyways, thank you to Groggs, traditional Irish pub, for housing Taps and Takes. Now it's time to get into our sports.
Yeesh.
Our sports block of Taps and Takes. Elliot, give me some sports stories. Sports.
Well, I figured since we've been doing the AFC predictions, we'll do a double whammy.
Okay.
Whammy.
All right.
We've covered the AFC North. Or no, I'm sorry. We've covered the AFC West. We've covered the AFC South for our picks. Let's finish out the AFC. AFC East. We have the Bills, Dolphins, Jets, and Patriots. Drew, go down the list of who do you think's going to do from best to worst. Go.
I think Bills, Jets, Dolphins, Patriots.
Okay.
I think the Bills will do the best, and I think the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't see how you don't keep the Bills. The Bills are going to be a 12-win team.
Yeah,
they dominate. They have dominated that division. They're going to continue to dominate as long as they have Josh Allen in his prime. Nobody's taking over the Bills in the AFC East. That being said, it's interesting. I also have the Jets as the second best team in that division. I really like their new defensive coach, Aaron Glenn. Justin Fields feels like he's kind of perfect for that young team. I see some upsets here. Is what I would say, but I lied because it's going to be the Patriots with Mike Vrabel and Drake May. And you know what? I'm flirting with playoffs for the Patriots.
Really?
I am. I'm flirting with it.
The Patriots have not performed in a long time.
They haven't, but they've spent a ton of money on defense. They got Drake May, their new young quarterback, a ton of receiver help. And they've got Mike Vrabel, one of the best coaches in the NFL. I really like what the Patriots are doing. Jets, I have third. I have the Dolphins coming in at dead last this year in the AFC East. But now let's move to the AFC North. Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. Drew, floor is yours.
Ravens, Steelers, Bengals, Browns.
Okay.
Why?
Well, no, because I'm flipped with one. I'm Ravens, Bengals, Steelers, Browns, but this is a problem with being like a Packer guy because Aaron Rodgers is Steeler, and like you see glimpses of him, you're like, damn, he can throw a beautiful ball. But I don't know, man. The Bengals offense is so good.
It's going to be one of two things for the Steelers this season.
Mm-hmm.
It's either going to be Aaron Rodgers is performing unexpectedly. The Jets' back office and support was the problem, or it's going to be embarrassing and they're going to be like, it's time to retire.
I kind of agree. I think it's either going to be like a way too great of a season, like not only win a playoff game, but maybe even make it to the AFC Championship, or it's going to be Mike Tomlin's first losing season.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers is going to retire. And that, in my mind, is kind of funny because Aaron Rodgers beat Mike Tomlin to win his Super Bowl. So to then give Mike Tomlin a losing record is kind of like a full circle moment.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in agreement. It's hard not to see Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins and then be like, they're not going to make the playoffs for a third year in a row. There's no way. But their defense is literally that bad.
Is it?
It's that bad. They are one of the first teams ever in history to average 30 points a game and not make the playoffs.
Really?
Bengals last year.
Yeah, because Josh Allen's a good quarterback.
Josh Allen's he's Bills.
Oh, I thought. Well,
Joe Burrow is Bengals.
Well, they're both good.
They're both top.
And Burrow has a really good attitude.
No, he's awesome. And he's been a winner everywhere he's gone.
Yeah.
He's awesome in Cincinnati. It's just Cincinnati's ownership and trying to build a defense is near impossible and just terrible. So, all right, our AFC picks are in. We will pencil those in for now. We'll do a predictions week where we think who's going to make playoffs, who's going to win it all. We'll do that the week of the NFL.
Sounds good.
Let's go into the NFL preseason, though, because the biggest story, other than ESPN finally acquiring NFL Red Zone and the NFL Network, the deal is worth about $2 billion.
That's huge.
Yes. Now, don't worry. Red Zone is still happening with Scott Hansen, the man. That being said, leave it for ESPN to probably throw Stephen A. Smith in it at one point, and all of us kind of roll our eyes. That's besides the point. And we'll get into ESPN's purchases over the year because it feels like a monopoly's growing in sports. But anyway, all this preseason from the draft on, the talk, especially in Cleveland, has been Shedeur Sanders, Deion Sanders' son, quarterback from Colorado State. A lot of people felt like he dropped way too low in the draft, but a lot of people understood why. He had a lot of other like side things, a little kind of cocky.
Yeah.
Before going into the draft, and he didn't talk to like high caliber teams because he didn't think he was going to go there. So he was like, I'm not going to waste my time interviewing with them, where a lot of people interview with teams anyway. So he goes in the 5th round to the Browns. Kenny Pickett's hurt. Joe Flacco, who's probably going to be their week 1 starter, not playing. And then Dylan Gabriel, the quarterback in the 3rd round that they got from Oregon, he got injured. So they said, Shedeur Sanders, you're starting week 1 of the preseason. And the kid balled out.
Did he?
14 of 23 for 138 yards and 2 touchdown passes. Very good touchdown passes, mind you.
That's good, dude. For a rookie?
Yes. Now, they have confirmed he is still the 4th quarterback on their depth chart, but I think they're doing that just in the meantime to see what they have with Kenny Pickett and Dylan Gabriel in the upcoming weeks of the preseason. But Shedeur did everything he needed to do to show that not only does he belong on the Browns, he should probably be the backup quarterback after Joe Flacco. And I wouldn't be surprised if by like week 5 or 6, he's not starting a game. And then we'll go to those Jacksonville Jaguars.
Because we're a couple Jag-offs.
We are a couple of Jag-offs. Now, their preseason game against the Steelers was pretty whatever. Trevor Lawrence looked accurate. Travis Hunter, their first pick and Heisman winner, he connected a couple of on one pass from Trevor Lawrence, and then he played a couple of snaps on defense. No passes were thrown his way, so he wasn't targeted. But the big story is from their kicker, Cam Little. Cam Little got a big-ass leg because he recorded a 70-yard field goal.
Oh, is that the longest in history?
Yes. However, since it is preseason,
doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
That's bullshit.
It kind of is, but also
that's bullshit.
It is, but also that means he can do it in the big leagues.
I always pick what's his name? Kittle? No, not Kittle. The kicker. What's his name?
Oh, Jacksonville's kicker?
Yeah.
Well, switch around. I think they had Lambeau last year.
No, who kicked it?
Cam Little?
Cam Little. Okay, no, I don't pick him on fantasy. I pick Butker.
Butker. Yeah. So some good news from Jacksonville. You only have to get to the 50-yard line now to start scoring points. Make it easier, you know? And then a little bit, two little small stories here. Jordan Love has an injured ligament in his left thumb, so he's going to be out for the next week. He's expected to practice next week, and he'll be fine for week 1. But the air of love is still on, and I don't want to hear it, so shut your gob. Shut your gab.
You know where I'm going to go, yeah?
Shut your gab.
Okay.
And then after 10 seasons in the NFL, wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr., as of today, August 12th, has announced his retirement from the NFL. One of the greatest starts to a wide receiver's career in history, one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic catch in NFL history. He has retired, but he was very good during his prime. Injuries kind of hurt his career, but he also managed to play great in the Super Bowl he was in before he got hurt, and he got a ring. So
yeah, and you did it.
That's a pretty excellent career. 10 years in the NFL. You made a good amount of money. Everybody knew you as one of the great wide receivers when healthy, and you won a Super Bowl. I mean, you can ask for, honestly, like maybe a little longer and you're not getting hurt, but honestly, 10 years in a Super Bowl as a wide receiver, that's a great career.
How most, and that is legitimately most professional football players and how their careers are like 1 to 2 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Practice squads. If you accomplish that, that is way excelling over what the normal lifeline is on
Absolutely.
NFL. And if you get a fucking ring, I think for any football player, if any of them get a ring.
Well, and to be a big part of the reason why your team got a ring, leading into that Super Bowl, he was huge for the Rams towards the end of their regular season and playoff run. And then even in the Super Bowl, he was excellent before he tore his ACL. So, I mean, like, he was awesome that game. And he probably, I don't say would have been Super Bowl MVP, but he was leading it until he got hurt. Right. And then Matthew Stafford clutched up. But I mean, so congratulations on the great career, OBJ. And hopefully you enjoy retirement. And don't do that thing where like you come back for a year. Yeah. You don't need to.
Just be done.
You've done enough.
It's okay to be done.
Yeah. Really quickly, we got some local sports news with Fresno State here in the NCAA because Fresno State has confirmed E.J. Warner, the son of the Hall of Famer Kurt Warner, has been named the starting quarterback for the team for the upcoming season.
Interesting.
He is a bit of a journeyman for college. He played at Temple and Rice, and his total stat count is 8,814 passing yards, 58 TDs, and 37 interceptions. So
in 2 seasons?
In 2 schools.
Okay.
I don't know if he's played like more than 3 seasons. I don't know if he's a senior or not. That's why.
Okay.
But he's played for 2 different schools transferring, but he's with Fresno State now. And you know what? 58 TDs, 37 interceptions. You might think that's a lot. You know what I think? Gunslinger.
Yeah.
Gunslinger.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Did people complain about Brett Favre throwing interceptions? Yes. But then he would do like sick touchdown pass and we'd be like, that's just Brett.
It's okay. This is part of his mind games.
Don't take photos down there. All right, come on now. Yeah. He's like Jameis Winston. Who cares? He's awesome. So some good news from Fresno State. There is going to be a solid quarterback with he's got some ups and downs, but you know what? Hall of Fame background with his dad.
Yeah.
So we might even get to see Kurt Warner at some games.
Which would be cool.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Now,
let's do the NBA story.
Well, it's not. It's the same story, just lightly added on because another green marital aid was thrown onto the court, and I think there's been 3 now. And it's a gross thing that's happening, and like the delinquent. And the immature delinquent in your brain laughs.
Yeah.
But it is a gross thing that shouldn't be happening.
Okay.
It's just...
People are going to get pissed about what I'm going to say here. Okay. Because they're going to say that I'm victim blaming. I'm not. I don't think it's a cool thing. And I think it's very disrespectful. And being a father of 2 little girls, I want them to grow up in a place where they can excel, blah, 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 blah. How the league as a whole and I'm talking like the players, have handled their new exposure has been piss poor at best. And they're kind of setting themselves up to be trolled in this new day and age. So I think that they needed to embrace their stars. They have multiple. They need to lift them up, have good competition, show that they can ball, and then earn the respect that they're demanding from people right now. That it's not there. You're in a subsidized league. It's not profitable. They may be profitable, I think, this year for the first time ever, right? The way you are behaving publicly with the stunts, the shirts, the way you treat Caitlin Clark and others, it gives you a bad look. And you are asking to kind of get ridiculed a little bit in front of everybody.
Well, there was that story a few weeks ago of Sue Bird. She did a podcast, and she was talking about, like, it's good for us to be a part of the joke. I'm not talking about the green marital aid story.
Yeah, that's just fucked up.
It was talking about, like, there is a prolific sports parody account called Centel. A lot of people think it's like NBA Central. It's NBA Centel.
Yeah, you got Centel.
I got Centel earlier this year. Yeah. It happens, right? It happens to all the greats. Somebody in the NBA, it might have been her herself, got sent out, and she's like, this is good for the league when we can get in on the jokes and when we are being treated like any other player.
Like an equal.
Yeah, that's a good sign. These green marital aid things, they're gross, they're stupid. How people are sneaking them in is, I think, the bigger story of anything.
Yeah, where are they sneaking them in?
Exactly. Ew. But I mean, the NBA and some of the stars in the WNBA, I should say, have been very reluctant to embracing the next generation. And I think that is a detriment.
Do not ray gun yourself.
No, you don't want to ray gun yourself.
You don't want to ray gun yourself to where it's all emotions. You don't embrace the meme.
Mm-hmm.
You don't fight fire with fire and embrace the culture that the piece that the internet is carving out for you, you need to embrace.
Yeah.
Not reject, because if you reject, then people don't want to party with you.
Well, and I mean in the sense of, like, I agree with you, but I mean in the sense of the overall vibe and energy of the WNBA. I don't mean the green marital aid thing. No. That's a gross thing.
That's a bad thing.
Yeah.
But what you're talking about is correct. Embrace the corner. When the car leaves the stall and a parking spot is open, park.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, park and don't move the car until you get a new car. You want a bigger spot. Does that make sense?
No, I get you.
Fucking park in the stall, dude.
No, I agree. And I think the WNBA is only going to grow. I think it's one of the more exciting leagues in sports.
If they get their shit together.
Right.
If they're the buzzkills, no one wants to party with them.
Nobody wants to party with a buzzkill. And I think if you can because you have so much going for it right now. You've got great young stars. You've got an expanding league. You might be profitable for the first time in history this year. Your stock may be low, but it's growing.
Mm-hmm.
So do everything you can to make sure it continues to grow. And then down the line, get your percentages up from team revenue, and then you will feel like you are a part of the big leagues because you deserve to be.
Right.
But the yucky thing.
Yeah, we got to move it on.
Let's go to the biggest kind of like purchases stories of the week. WWE, so Triple H, who's essentially like the head of the creative writing. He's really just the head of it all right now, with Vince McMahon kind of in a poopy situation. So it has been confirmed that the WWE and the ESPN have made a huge deal bringing WWE and their pay-per-view to ESPN. So just in the year of 2025, I'm going to tell you what ESPN has acquired. Inside the NBA, that's Charles Barkley, EJ, all them, which is arguably the greatest NBA sports show ever and one of the best sports shows, period. NFL Network, NFL Red Zone, and now the WWE.
They're spending some money, dude.
A huge amount of money.
That's a crazy amount.
A huge amount of money. But then Paramount saw that and said, hold my tall boy, okay? Because the UFC has agreed to a 7-year, $7.7 billion exclusive U.S. media right with Paramount. All UFC events will stream on Paramount Plus, with select events also airing on CBS.
Jeez.
Meaning you might not even have to buy pay-per-view is essentially dead now.
Right.
Because you'll just stream, you'll buy the ESPN app and then you'll be able to watch your WWEs, and then you'll buy Paramount Plus and you'll start watching UFC.
Yeah.
But if CBS starts getting some of these huge UFC events, it's only going to build the sport up more. Some people are worried about now because Paramount Plus is relatively cheap compared to some of the other streamings, and a lot of companies and a lot of places will offer, like Paramount will offer a couple of months free. That ain't going to happen with UFC.
No.
You're only going to see a huge number of people buying into Paramount Plus, which will only mean a huge amount of people or a huge amount of Paramount's going to be like, we're going to start raising our prices again.
Yeah, probably. And I kind of draw the line at Paramount.
I mean, the only reason I use it is for South Park and Survivor.
And you're using my account.
Exactly. Well, I'm definitely not.
So, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I kind of draw the line at Paramount Plus prices going up. But you know what? Who knows, Elliot?
Who knows?
But what we do know is that this was a gripping episode.
I don't like that word.
Gripping.
It's like when Jess said evacuate. It was gross. It was gross.
A gripping Kung Fu grip episode of Taps and Takes.
It was.
Okay.
A darn good one.
I would say so, Elliot. A damn good one. And we want you to enjoy hanging out with us. Twitch.tv/The Do-Over Podcast. Probably recording right now. Are we at Browns? Who are we? What?
Well, we say that and then we're always like an hour late.
Yeah.
So it's like we're probably about to start.
Yeah, about to start. So go check us out. And thank you very much for joining us. Elliot, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Elliot Cam, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at Elliot Cams. You can find me on Instagram at ElliotJams13. You can find me at Groggs having a good, delicious pint, or you can find me at the Fairway Lounge serving up drinks and smiles. Or put a little twink right there. A little twink.
You can find me.
Don't do that.
You can find me getting bossed around by my wife, not playing video games that I want to play, and at the Do-Over 559. Or if you want to reach out for real estate stuff, just Drew Hyatt or Hyatt Associates. You can find us. So until next week, gotta go. Love you. Bye. Bye.